Germany's Volkswagen says it will work together with U.S. auto startup Rivian to develop software for its cars. Volkswagen is set to invest up to $5 billion into a joint venture with Rivian. It aims to develop auto software faster and more reliably. So far, Volkswagen has regularly run into delays and technical problems when developing its own software. For Rivian, on the other hand, Volkswagen's financial injection comes at a time when low demand for electric vehicles has led to losses.
Okay, this is a very recent article by The Atlantic. And just to put this in some kind of perspective, VW is now the fourth largest EV maker in the world. Doesn't do much sales in the United States. However, in Europe, a big presence. The problem has been, of course, VW's software stack. But I just want to give you an idea of what a potential threat this partnership is to Tesla. Of course, Tesla's number one, BYD's number two, SAIC is number three. VW is number four as far as EV manufacturing. So I think VW is definitely a potential threat. I would say certainly a threat to Tesla's dominance. And, we're all looking at the Optimus and Robotaxi. However, the bread and butter is the EV sales for now. And, Tesla has got their cash flow back, but, they got, I don't know how many billion in cash reserves, but I forget the senator who said it was a billion here, a billion there. Pretty soon you're talking about a lot of money. This could put pressure on, certainly, Tesla's stock price and its margins in the future. We'll see how it's baked into the stock. But I think everybody's overlooking this, much as they overlooked the impact of the sales of the used Hertz, and which I've done a video on, which I'll try to put a flag in on this video. The Hertz used vehicles, which are still pouring into the market. You can get a used Model Y right now, like a 2022 model for $25K. So that's also battering Tesla's sales numbers. So, again, I'm going to go through, at some point in this video, I'm not sure where this clip's going to end up, the Scout brand, which VW ended up with through a quirk of some acquisitions. And this is a very iconic brand in the American market, similar to the Ford Bronco, and they're going to produce an EV version of that. Anyway, let's get back to the next segment here. And you can see here that Volkswagen's executing a strategy here. So not only would this Rivian software stack, and by the way, they have covertly tested this software stack on existing Volkswagen EVs, and it's completely compatible. That's why they went with this JV. So this isn't going to be a switchover that's going to take forever. This is upcoming. And I think it's going to bleed over into this Scout EV pickup and SUV, which we're going to cover now in this section. Okay, this is from Electric, and this is recent, May 13, 24. They're going to have the prototypes out this summer. I think we said 26 would be the launch, and that's about when the Cybertruck would be going into full production. A new Scout is coming. Anyway, we've got here the flagship models for the Scout and the Scout pickup, I guess they said Scout and Scout SUV, rather, will be built in the U.S. in South Carolina, and they're currently working through design and development. So this is coming. Now, this is another less recent, March 3rd, 2023, from Electric. EV is coming to South Carolina. Just to let you know, Volkswagen Group of America CEO Scott Kehoe announced he would be stepping down to head up the revived Scout brand. So again, the plan here is to run this as an independent company, possibly going public. Certainly competition on the horizon for Tesla. And I think this is all behind the joint venture with Rivian. And as I mentioned earlier, Rivian has already run their operating system covertly through the existing architecture of the VW vehicles, as I understand it, and it does work. So that was the main hurdle that VW had, was their software. They just can't do it. Nobody can. Ford, I have a video planned on the Ford Lightning, is the same issue. So this is a competitive threat to Tesla and to Ford, and perhaps double-barreled, as it would strengthen Rivian as well. So this Scout vehicle has been under development by Volkswagen for quite a while. I'm going to go through in this section a little bit of history. Actually, the Foxconn Lordstown Motors joint venture was under heavy consideration to build these Scout vehicles under what will be a separate company away from VW, but funded by VW. I believe they've got $1 billion in it. Anyway, I'll just go through a bit of history in this following section on this outcome. Right now, we've got the International Scout family. This is news. Berlin, Volkswagen in talks with Taiwan's Foxconn about a partnership to build vehicles for the Scout brand. It's going to reintroduce the Scout brand, and here's the picture of the Scout brand in 78. These were very popular Ford Bronco type adventure vehicles, I guess you would call them, in 78. It's planning to build a pickup truck and a pickup truck and an SUV starting in 2026 that will be designed, engineered, and manufactured in the United States for U.S. customers. Now, it says here, Taiwan's Foxconn. Who they were in discussions with are the Lordstown Motors Foxconn partnership. And they're going to be designed, engineered, and manufactured. Designed, engineered by Lordstown Motors and manufactured in the United States at Lordstown, Ohio, for U.S. customers. So, conveniently, they leave Lordstown Motors out of this equation, but they're right in the middle of this. Okay, just to wrap it up, I do think this is being overlooked, and I think that this is some long-term planning by Rivian and VW that's going to come into fruition relatively quickly. This stuff has been in the works behind the scenes. Of course, it takes about 2 years to get a model out. This is mxux. I hope you liked the video.